Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Full from all of the bass. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed niggas. With soul food flow, they stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the sci-fi, my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser, I know you need to smoke.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see Melvin Gordon. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Broncos and the Packers under the lights on Thursday night.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Welcome, everybody, again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position and be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
We go from Denver. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. Pick up a 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Throwing on first down. Manley got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Able to slither by. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
He's up past the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
The Broncos at 5-4 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. It led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and that'll bring up 4th down. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. first carry for Melvin Gordon. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Clark, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Manley. It's Williams on the catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. But with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll, given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
They'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
The defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you expect it to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And it drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers will check this down, complete to Dillon. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Rodgers now on 1st down. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Christian Watson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down and 2.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
James has got it, complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be marked. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. Catch made by Watson on the out route. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Dillon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Torrey Carter, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year. So to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On the move to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devontae Wyatt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's get it spotted right in midfield at the 5th down. Good pick up there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete downfield to James. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Touchdown, Packers. Richie James from 8 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Second and 14. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Manley. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. James now to return it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best? Yeah, I'll say it. It's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Good games in the late afternoon as well. We'll stay out east and highlight the matchup at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Giants taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be an entertaining one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
On second down, Gordon once more. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he?
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot, maybe 4th and inches. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a dump off here complete and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Manley sets up the screen to Gordon. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On the counter, here's Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Welcome back now to Denver. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Dillon, they tried the left side with him. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man, that's Harry. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there that takes away what could have been a touchdown.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. There'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Manley, open man. He completes it to Judy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. Here's the option going right. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just do a quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Now that was an impressive drive. But I think we're going to talk about being way more impressive because of who led them. A rookie quarterback in that spot, putting his team in front, that's a big lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. That will make this a 4-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 21-17. A little over 80 ticks to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He finds his man complete. That's James. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Watson making the catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. Rodgers to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's James. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. He's back to throw.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Denver, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's starting to look